Greetings, I am Lord Anthony Ober, here to discuss about sampling techniques. Population and sample. The sample is only subset of the population, whereas the population contains all objects of interest. Parameters are linked to population, while statistics are linked to samples. Greek characters are used to denote parameters, while Roman letters are used to denote statistics. Sampling is rarely free, and the more objects examined, the more expensive it becomes. Then compute statistics and use them to parameter estimation. The first portion of the statistic course this involves calculation, and the second part is estimation, discrete and continuous. Discrete variables are usually obtained by counting. There are finite or countable number of choices available with the discrete data. Continuous variables are usually obtained by measuring. Length, weight, and time are all examples of continuous variables. Since continuous variables are real numbers, we usually round them. This implies the boundary depending on the number of decimal places. Levels of measurement. There are four levels of measurement: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. These go from lowest level to highest level. Data is classified according to the highest level which it fits. Each additional level adds something the previous level didn't have. Nominal is the lowest level, only names are meaningful. Ordinal adds an order to the names. Interval adds meaningful differences. Ratio adds a zero so that ratios are meaningful. Random samplings. Random samplings is analogous to putting everyone's name into a hat and drawing out several names. Each element in the population has an unequal chance to occurring. While this is the preferred way of sampling, it is often difficult to do. It requires that a complete list of every element in the population be obtained. Computer-generated lists are often used with random sampling. You can generate random numbers using the TI-82 calculator. Systematic sampling. Systematic sampling is easier to do than random sampling. In systematic sampling, the list of elements is counted off. That is, every nth element is taken. This is similar to lining everyone up and numbering off, like 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. When done numbering, all people numbered 4 would be used. Next one is convenience sampling. Convenience sampling is very easy to do, but is probably the worst technique to use. In convenience sampling, readily available data is used. That is the first people the surveyor runs into. Second is cluster sampling. The cluster sampling is accomplished by dividing the population into groups, usually geographically. These groups are called clusters of or blocks. The clusters are randomly selected, and each element in the selected cluster are used. And the last one is stratified sampling. Stratified sampling also divides the population into groups called strata. However, this time it is by some characteristic, not geographically. For instance, the population might be separated into males and females. A sample is taken from each of these strata using either random, schematic, or convenience sampling. And that's all for my presentation. God bless.